A recent decision by one of the world's oldest universities to drop required courses in Christianity is a shock for Christians around the world. It's been an 800-year-old tradition at Oxford that undergrads study Christian theology for their entire 4 years. Now the school has announced that after freshman year, students do not have to study Christian theology. However, students can choose further Christian studies as electives. The school says it wants to recognize students come from different backgrounds and want to study different things like feminism, Buddhism, Islam, and even mysticism. Joining us now to discuss this change is Regent University's Dr. Corné Becker. He is the Dean of the School of Divinity. Welcome, Dr. Becker.
Great to be here, Mark.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Is this decision by Oxford a blow to Christianity?
It's not a blow to Christianity per se, but it certainly is a blow to Christian education. Oxford University is not only one of the oldest Christian universities, actually, in fact, it's the third oldest university in the world. And Oxford has always maintained this great understanding that theology is the queen of sciences. We have somewhat of an empty throne now.
That's sad. It definitely is sad. Well, what does the move say about the way religion is viewed in society today?
I think increasingly we are working in a world that's not only materialist but relativist. And so the understanding is that all religions are simply equal and that nobody has a monopoly on truth. And that's, of course, an extraordinary mistake.
Well, do you see this decision affecting Oxford negatively in any way?
I believe that it certainly will. And of course, one of the ways that it will is that Oxford has always been seen as the leader within Christian education. And in some ways, they are stepping back from this.
Why do you think they made this decision? I mean, they gave their reason, but what's behind the scenes here?
For as long as Christian universities have existed, there's always been what I call organizational drift. There's been extraordinary pressure from outside to drift from their original mission. Even Martin Luther wrote in his time that he was concerned about this drift. He writes in a letter, he says that unless universities are solidly based on the Word of God, that they would become what he calls wide gates to hell. And this is indeed what we're seeing.
Wow. We'll talk a little bit more about that pressure. Are Christian universities more and more feeling that pressure to diversify?
I think sometimes we suffer from somewhat of an inferiority complex, and we need to stand firm that indeed the scriptures are enough to provide us with an avenue of real truth.
I know my daughter attended, or she wants to attend a Christian university. I know I attended a Christian university. Christian universities are critical these days. Talk about that.
Absolutely pivotal. If you think about the Harvards and the Yales of this world, Yale's original mission statement said the following: for the glory of God. And now Yale has this sex week where they actually introduce and invite pornographers to come and kind of share their industry with the students. And Harvard was originally started as a school to train missionaries and ministries. In my mind, they've both lost that original mission. And so Christian education is pivotal to the advancement for the gospel.
Would you say that this is a sign of the times?
It's indeed a sign of the times, but also it makes the need for Christian education so much more important.
Well, you and I are here, and other Christians around the world are here for such a time as this. Talk about that. I mean, it's our chance to stand up and hold the torch.
Well, this is exactly what Jesus, of course, said. Jesus says, go forth and make disciples for me. A disciple is in essence a learner. And he says, immerse them in the knowledge of the Trinity. And he said that I will be with you even till the end of the age. In my mind, Christian education is the answer to the world's problems.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Becker. We appreciate your time today.
You're very welcome. Thank you.